Thursday, February 10th. Inflation is rampant. They just printed the number for year-over-year inflation, and it ended up being 7.5%. 7.5%. Okay, so if everything's going up, this is just the average. Most of it is in food and fuel and all the things you need. 7.5%. Did your wages go up 7.5%? The cost of everything's going up. It's because they printed money. They're going to blame it on the supply chain. And now they're going to blame it on truckers in Canada. They're going to blame it on all these different things. COVID in China, the plants are shut down. Whatever it is. It is an engineered collapse. This stuff, you don't have a free market, is really what it comes down to. So it's all engineered. So when I say it's an engineered collapse, it is an engineered collapse. Because you got governments involved in the economy and rigging things, and it's artificial. The whole thing's artificial. You've had, now you've got all these governors, rolling back the restrictions on masking and, proof of prick. They're rolling it all back. Because they know, well, first of all, the elections are coming up in 2022. So, they don't want to look like tyrants. They don't want to look like, we're locking people down and stifling small businesses. No, they have to come out and they have to backpedal and say that, well, the numbers, things are getting much better. And no, it's unbelievable. I mean, at what point do people say enough is enough? And I guess that's what you're seeing in Canada. Enough is enough. People have had it. Done with it. Tired of being talked down to and told what to do. I just can't fathom how you've destroyed an economy through something that has been around forever. I mean, this is just a virus that's been around forever. You see it on your old Lysol cans. Stops Corona. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And to blow this into something big, I mean, you can call it whatever you want. We've got an epidemic. It's a pandemic of heart disease. It's a pandemic of cancer. It's a pandemic of, just fill in the blank. I mean, we could do that all day long and then shut down society because it's a pandemic and, oh my gosh, it's not being stopped. I mean, come on, at some point, you don't see, it's not a zombie apocalypse where you see people just falling down dead everywhere. Take your mask off, drop dead. Oh, look out. That's just not it. But the big thing is, I don't want to get into politics too much. The big thing is, the results of it are 7.5% inflation. So now you're paying more for everything because, well, we can't get it. The supply chain's disrupted. All this factory shut down. Blah, 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 blah. People aren't going back to work. They're sick. They're in the hospitals. I mean, you can, all I know is what I see in my real life and the people I interact with, and it doesn't look like a zombie apocalypse to me. But you're going to pay the price, and you're going to pay the price out of your energy. You're going to pay the price out of everything that you do, and you're going to get robbed. Your future is going to be robbed. Your children's future is robbed because they're taking more energy than it really requires because you don't have an efficient economy. It's inefficient. It's broken. It's engineered. It's not true capitalism. It's crony capitalism. It's borderline fascism. It's a situation where it just doesn't work. And, the problem with inflation, here's the thing. They're talking about raising rates. Well, we need to raise rates to get inflation under control, the inflation that you created. We're going to get that under control now. And they may raise rates. And when they do, something will happen. Oh, we're at war with Russia. Oh, whatever it is. They'll fill in the blank again. It's going to be something else. And they'll have to do emergency rate cuts and flood the economy with the money. But, well, at least we tried. We tried to raise rates and get things back in order, but we just didn't foresee this unforeseen event. And so we have to print more money. The fact is, it's a Ponzi scheme. When they print money, there's debt attached to it. That debt has to be paid back. It has to come from somewhere. So you have to print more money to pay for the debt, which in turn brings on more debt, which you have to print more money to pay off that new debt. And it's just this vicious cycle that at some point it hits a wall where the debt can't be paid back. It's just unsustainable. It's a Ponzi scheme. And at some point, it just doesn't work anymore. You can keep throwing money at it, keep throwing money at it, new money, new money, new money. And that's what they've been doing. They haven't been able to start a war overseas, so they had a domestic war on the people, which was medical tyranny. And, you know, you look at the profits that these pharmaceutical companies have made in this whole pandemic, and you just follow the money. That's all it is. I don't care what you believe, what you think about the whole thing, but follow the money. And you tell me some people didn't get rich off this. People who can't be sued for liability. You know, realize that these things that you're putting in your body are not FDA approved. And even if they were, I mean, there's a couple that say they are, but if you look into it, it's really not what you think. But before it was FDA approved, and most of them still aren't approved, it falls under emergency use authorization. In other words, it is such a travesty. It is so horrible out there. We have this zombie apocalypse, and we need to rush these out to market. And that's what they did. So really, you have no recourse because you're just voluntarily participating in a lab experiment. You're a lab rat. And that's what's going to happen at the end of it all. I've seen insurance companies now. You've seen the life insurance companies. Death rates are way up after more people have been getting the unauthorized prick. There's a correlation. What you're putting in your body is not making you healthy. It's causing other problems. And life insurance companies, hey, they're all about numbers. And they're seeing it happen. And they're paying out more. And they're thinking, wait a minute. There was one life insurance company I read wouldn't pay out because a person was killed because of this. And they said, nope, it's an experimental drug. We're not going to pay out. I mean, you got to realize what you're doing. I mean, you might think it's a good thing to do and it's the right thing to do, but investigate it. It's not what you think it is. All right, enough of that rant, but it does tie in. It ties into everything because that is the course they have taken us down. That's where they're steering us. I mean, it's not legit. It's basically what it comes down to, and they've destroyed and wrecked a world economy because of it. At some point, you've got to wake up and realize that everything you worked for and you thought you worked for and you put your value into, that almighty dollar, is worthless. And they're just manipulating it, and they're doing whatever they want to do to it. There's nothing you can do about it. That's the insidious thing. You sit back, you take it, and one day you think you're going to be retired, and that money is worthless. You can't buy anything with it. You're just trying to pay your freaking heat bill to stay warm in the wintertime. You're not going to vacation. You're not going to Europe. You're not going to Asia, and enjoying your retirement. No, you're just trying to survive because you got 7.5% stated inflation. I mean, it's more than that. It's way more than that. You can't print up $2 trillion and think that it's not going to go into something and shoot the price up of it. It just doesn't happen. It's going to go somewhere. It will go somewhere, and it's going to cost you. Nothing is free. You've got a way out. I'm telling you, you've got a way out. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Litecoin, even Digibyte. I'm telling you, these solid cryptocurrencies that have been around for a long time, they're immutable. You can't change them. They are of a fixed supply. There's only so many to go around. Governments can't intervene in it. It's supported by the people because you run nodes, which is just nothing more than a computer with a copy of the blockchain, and you verify transactions. This is decentralization. This is not the centralized BS that we have right now where the money just goes and they just create it out of nothing. No. It's on a schedule. Only so much can be created. And the people validate it. Computers on the network validate it. U.S. gets hit with an EMP, all the computers go down. Doesn't matter. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Digibyte, they still work because other computers around the world are still running the code. Until that last computer goes down, it still exists. You can't shut it off. Now you've got governments realizing, okay, I don't want to be in this other system that you all have created because it's not working. We're going to start mining Bitcoin. We're going to start mining Litecoin. And guess what? Based on that, that's going to be considered, basically a natural resource, especially if you've got volcano energy where you can stick geothermal pipes down it and use it and then fund the miners with that or fuel the miners with that, and then they mine Bitcoin, they mine Litecoin. Pretty soon, it's almost as if you're mining gold and silver, and you've got or oil or natural gas. You've got this energy, you've got this money that you're mining, and it's on a fixed rate, and it's very easy to see, okay, well, this is probably how much return I'm going to get. And then at some point you say, well, you know what? I've got these resources. I'm going to create a bond because I want to fund other things, and people are going to buy that bond. And you've got it backed by Bitcoin. You've got it backed by Litecoin. People are going to know it's safe because they can see, well, this is how much you're creating every year. And I mean, it's backed by that. So, if I would need to redeem it, maybe I can redeem it in Litecoin. This is the way the world is going. Russia and China, I talked about it yesterday. If you are going to force them, if you are going to come down hard on them and say, guess what? You create natural resources. You pull oil out of the ground, you pull natural gas out of the ground, but you know what? We're not going to let you sell it on the regular authorized system, the network, the SWIFT system, the banking system of the world. We're not going to let you do that. We're going to sanction you. Okay, fine. You leave me with no other option. I will settle debts in Bitcoin and Litecoin. See, China and Russia already had this deal many years ago where they would settle up in gold. Why would you settle up in gold when you've got Bitcoin? Why would you haul that crap, have security, transfer it over, all this garbage? And if you don't do that, it's just an entry on a balance sheet. It's like, okay, well, I just gave you 1,000 tons of gold, but we're going to warehouse it here in my country. But it's yours until something happens. But if you've got a good relationship, it's like, okay, we'll just, transfer it on the balance sheet when you want to take possession. Cool. But who wants to do that? Do governments really trust each other that much? Tell that to Joseph Stalin when Hitler rolled in. Didn't they have a treaty where that wouldn't happen? I mean, tell that to Venezuela, who wants their gold back from the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom said, nah, we're not going to give it to you. We're not going to give it to you. Come get it. I mean, so yeah, that's great. You've got a deal to transmit money in gold, for services, for goods, resources. But it still comes down to the fact if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So what's the logical thing? Beyond that, it's Bitcoin. If you want to tie Bitcoin to gold and reserves, whatever, redeemable, you can do whatever you want with it. You don't need to do that, though, because it's on the balance sheet. It's on the public ledger. Hey, I'm going to send you 1,000 Bitcoin for this natural gas, for this oil, or for these products that you manufacture. It doesn't matter. Hey, that's what we're going to do. Okay, boom, click, done. All right, there it is. Take possession. Done deal. So you're forcing countries into this, and they're just naturally going to do it because when somebody tells you that what you've done, what you've worked for, what you pulled out of the ground, what is yours, they tell you, you know what, we're not going to let you do anything with it. You're just going to have to sit on it. Screw you. We're the boss. We're the biggest mafia in the world. We're not going to let you do anything with it. Okay, well, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm not going to play your game anymore. You want to fight? Go ahead and try and fight. And you wonder why. What's really going on in Ukraine right now? I don't know. I'm not a geopolitical expert. But you had Muammar Gaddafi in Libya setting up his own bank. He gets taken out. You had Saddam Hussein in Iraq saying he's going to take something besides dollars for his oil. He got taken out. If you don't play ball in the old system, then, we're going to come crack some knees, break some shins, bust some knuckles. And that's what happens. So go ahead and push these big countries. They've got an option now, just like we've got an option. There's cryptocurrency. It is a new economic tool. It's a new weapon of economic war. And don't think that these countries aren't going to use it. They're going to use it because you're forcing them to use it. Just like they're kind of forcing us to use it. 7.5% interest year over year. That's a big hit. And that's not even real. It's more than that. The stated inflation's bad enough. It was the highest since like 1982. And in 1982, the late 70s and the early 80s, you had Paul Volcker at the Treasury raising rates like it's going out of style because he's trying to stamp out inflation. And to an extent it worked, but the interest rates just went sky high. What do you think that's going to do to the housing market if we repeat that? It's done. It's over. What do you think it's going to do to the car market? Done. Over. Anything you buy on interest, if you don't have the money to pay for it and you have to go borrow, what's that going to do to you? You're not going to be able to do it. You're just not going to be able to do it. So front run it. Front run it. And I know it's hard to do. It's hard to take money out. I mean, because I look every day. I look at something, I'm like, man, this is eating me up. Eating me up. The only saving grace is the fact that there's cryptocurrency. You can take it out of their system. Governments are going to use it. You better use it. Take a little bit out, $50. If you can spare $50 a month, just put it into Litecoin, put it into Bitcoin, put it into Digibyte. Whatever your preference is, whatever you resonate with is, that's what you need to do. You know, and I'm just, those are the ones I like. I don't talk about other ones because, you know what? I want solid cryptocurrencies that have been around for a long time, that have great teams behind them, that have great communities behind them, that, you know, it's my energy. I don't want to put it in some crap that I don't know if it's going to be around tomorrow. And so that's what I talk about. But you know what? Do your research. Find the ones that you resonate with. And I keep saying that. Yeah, you feel it. You know it. And you're like, I feel good about this. And I don't care if I buy it at $200 and it goes to $50. I still have it and I can sleep at night. It's like buying, you know, a silver coin. Oh, I paid $50 for this silver coin. Now, if I buy the same one, it's $20. Guess what? You still have the coin, and now it's on sale. So now you can get 2.5 of them for the same price that you paid before. You wanted it then. Well, heck, it's much more attractive now. You buy Litecoin at $200. It goes to $100. You got one Litecoin for $200. Price goes down to $100. You're getting a gift. Now you can get 2 of them for the same price that you paid before, that you were fine to pay with. It's on sale. And there's only so much to go around. It is a finite asset, a fixed supply. Governments are catching on. Front run it. Get ahead of it. Take it in your own possession. Don't leave it on an exchange. Put it into your own wallet. Write down those seed words, you know, when you first open up a wallet, like Coinomi, like Exodus, like Monarch. I mean, all kinds of different wallets that you can download. Atomic, you know, SafePal. I mean, download these wallets, write down your seed words, save that. Don't lose that. Never put that online. Never make it digital where anybody can hack it. Write it down. Make a copy. Write a copy down. Put it somewhere else. That is the key to your crypto. Lose your phone, doesn't matter. You got your keys. That's it. You are your own bank. You are a sovereign nation at that point because you control your money. You know, you won't be in the situation Russia's in to where the government says, we're not going to let you move that money around. It's like, you know what? See ya. I'm going to go, you know what? I need this service over here. This guy's going to take Litecoin. Boom, send it. What are they going to do? Network transaction done. Done. Network confirms it. No banks involved in that. No government's involved in that. This is outside their realm. That's the beauty of it. It's sovereign money. Money can't be changed. It's immutable. They're going to keep doing it to you. They're going to keep doing it to all of us. They're going to keep stealing our energy. They're going to keep robbing our energy through inflation. Quit playing in the casino. Don't use their poker chips. Walk out. There's sound money for the digital age out there. That's Litecoin. You want to lock your money up? You got Bitcoin. Digibyte, the future. Fast. You can mine it on a laptop. One of the few coins you can still get into and mine profitably. Just realize what's happening in the world. Don't be a victim. Take control of your money. It's your energy. It's your money. Protect it as such. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you all. I really do. Sorry for a little bit of a darker rant today, but you know, it's important. It's important to take possession of your wealth. It really is. I mean, I look at so many people that have their money wrapped up in this old system. You know, oh, I got this stock, that stock. Do you? Do you? Can you access it when you need to? Hey, it's Super Bowl Sunday this weekend. Hey, I need to get some money. How do you get it? Hey, I need to sell my Apple stock. I need to get some money. How do you do that? You can sell Bitcoin, you can sell Litecoin. You can get some money. Cash to just get through the day. Not real money. Fiat currency. Never closes. These blockchains never close. Always running. 24/7. Litecoin, over 10 years. Never missed a transaction. Always worked. Just worked. That's why I say it is sound money for the digital age. Absolutely is. Only 84 million of them can ever exist. If you're an American and we all had the Litecoin in the U.S. and we took possession of all of it and divided it equally, you'd only get a quarter of a Litecoin each. That's how rare it is. A quarter of a Litecoin each. Spread it around the whole world, it's like 1/100th of a Litecoin per person. It's ridiculous. That's how scarce it is. And now you're seeing countries looking at it. What's that going to do? Front run it. Front run it. Get out of that vampire system. Quit letting them steal your energy. All right, I love you all. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you would, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell too. I'd appreciate it. All right, tomorrow's happy hour with Litecoin Lisa at 4 p.m. Can't wait for that. It's a good time to unwind. So, all right, love you all. Have a wonderful day.